After really enjoying the Mach 4 and Mach 5, I've been eagerly anticipating this Mach 6 update. When I heard about all the changes, I was really worried though, but was I right to be concerned? Well, stay tuned as we dive into all that and more with the full review of the Hoka Mach version 6. My name's Ben Parks at 225 Marathon. Please excuse this work going on behind me at the moment. We're getting set up for the London Marathon Expo. We hope to see a lot of you there as we're exhibiting our whole range, which you can see on benparks.com anytime. But today we're talking all about this new latest and greatest update from Hoka. Going to go through the facts and figures, the changes, my likes, dislikes, and is this going into rotation? So without further ado, let's get stuck into the facts and figures. So the purpose of the Hoka Mach 6, well, this is an everyday non-plated speed shoe, perfect for your daily miles and slightly faster runs as well. This shoe set me back £140. I bought the shoe 100% with my own money here off the Hoka website in the UK, so I'll give you that completely honest, impartial review. It's going to be about 160 euros or $140. The stack height at the back, 37mm at the back of the shoe, 5mm drop overall. And for me, this is coming in around about 276 grams, a pretty nice lightweight offering here from Hoka. It's a neutral shoe and it has this lovely engineered mesh upper. Not the most breathable one I've run in, but really not too bad. We'll come on to all that a little bit later on. In the midsole of the shoe, you've got one massive chunk of Hoka's supercritical foam, one of the biggest updates here with this shoe. There's no carbon plate in the shoe, but we've got an all new rubber outsole, the first for the Mach here, which does give it a little bit of stiffness, a little bit of rigidity as we go through the whole foot strike. There are two different widths available in the shoe, regular and wide, which you can spec on the Hoka website. If you think you have any sort of extra width in your feet, definitely go for the wide version. There's also 4 different colors to choose from, and this for me in my UK size 12 was true to size. Right, let's get stuck into all of the differences between this and the outgoing version 5. The biggest update with the Mach 6 is this new massive chunk of their supercritical EVA foam. In the outgoing Mach 5, you had a little bit of that, and then beneath it, a really hard wearing EVA foam. Now you've just got a big chunk of the most sort of softest, squishiest, but also pretty responsive supercritical foam. There's also been a big increase in stack height, about 7 to 8mm extra stack height in the shoe. So many manufacturers are doing that these days, and you can really feel that difference when you're running in both of these shoes. Version 6 now has this rubber outsole to the shoe to give that a little bit of extra stability, a little bit of extra support in the foam. If you didn't have that, this foam would wear out very, very quickly. In the old shoe, you didn't have that. You just had a layer of their EVA hard wearing foam on the bottom. You can't have that in this. They've added this extra bit of traction, extra bit of rubber outsole on the bottom of the shoe. So you do lose a little bit of ground feel there as well. Version 6 also to me does feel a little bit on the narrower side, and Hoka say they've updated the back of the shoe as well. It's a very minor tweak. Right, let's go second to my likes. The first like with the shoe is it was supremely comfortable. One of the most important things when looking for a new pair of shoes. Let us know down in the comments, what's your most important thing? Do you want speed, comfort? Let us know. Got a really good solid lockdown with this very nice comfortable upper. I really like the updated heel collar. I can't really feel a massive difference, but it's still really good. No heel slip issues or anything like that. When I go out testing these shoes, I'm always hyper aware, sensations, trying to pick up any sort of things of how my feet are feeling. I just kind of switched off running this one. It's really odd. And so I had said to Sarah when she was cycling behind me, it's just there getting the job done. My second like with this shoe is this update, this new supercritical, big chunk of supercritical foam. It really delivers a fun and also very responsive ride. A little bit like the New Balance Rebel V4, again with their massive chunk of foam at the bottom of the shoe there. It's always pushing you to go a little bit faster. Now that could be good or it could be bad. This is really not a shoe to take out for your recovery runs, but it's always egging you on, always sort of pushing you to pick up your stride, pick up your cadence and run just that little bit faster. For me, this shoe really sings to that faster end of our easy pace, all the way up to marathon, half marathon, 10K, all the way up to 5K pace. That's where the shoe really delivers, and not only through the foam, but also because it's super lightweight as well. You really just feel you've got running along with absolutely nothing under your feet, which is a really impressive job from Hoka with what they've done, considering that increase in stack height, that increase in responsiveness, adding the outsole for that extra durability, the weight has only gone up a very, very small amount, different depending on what size you're running in. So just a great all-round everyday shoe to bring a smile to your face when you're getting your runs done. My third like with the shoe is this new outsole that they've added for version 6. Yes, it really helps with durability and grip. When I have taken out in some wet weather, the outsole has been okay, the grip's been okay, everything's just a little bit average, probably as you'd expect on a shoe like this. I have seen a few people complaining about the wet weather grip, but in the dry, the outsole is delivering some really good grip, but it just really helps support that midsole, gives it a slightly stiffer feel, but also it means you can just cover the ground that much smoother, and I really just love how this shoe feels through the whole foot strike with the rocker at the front of the shoe as well. Just a much better structure with how the shoe is put together. Right, let's get stuck into my dislikes. Now the first thing to have a chat about here is not really a dislike for me, but I really want to bring attention to it. It's just this is a very, very different shoe from the outgoing version 5. If you're a massive fan of the version 5, you might not necessarily really like version 6. With a massive increase in stack height this shoe gets, with that outsole, you're losing a lot of that ground contact feel. Gone is that very, very lightweight and super responsive ride that the Mach was famous for, and now it's just a bit more subdued. Now, some people are really gonna like this update, but some people are really not gonna like it. So it depends what type of camp you're in. There've been some really big changes with this update. For me, I personally really like it. I like a little bit more stack height. I like what the outsole is doing in this shoe. It's a much better overall general shoe, but we're losing some of these niche products out there. And the Mach was a bit of a niche, sort of speed work, fast, very responsive, lightweight shoe. And that's kind of gone from the Hoka range. So you may be wanting to stock up on version 5 if you were a fan of that type of shoe. And the other things to note in the shoe is very typical of Hoka. They do like their narrow shoes. This is certainly a little bit narrower than the outgoing model. So I'd certainly say definitely look at the wide options if you have anything approaching wide feet as well. And my final sort of thing to note is it just feels a bit awkward at recovery run paces. It's not a true do-it-all shoe. That's still going to be the Clifton, but for this type of shoe, which really is that higher end of easy, all the way up to 5K, it really does deliver very, very well. So in conclusion, who should be looking for a shoe like the Hoka Mach 6? Well, for me, someone looking for a non-plated shoe for their faster, easy runs, their tempos, maybe a little of an impromptu race, maybe a park run, something to do their sessions in as well. Best suited for those definitely quicker paces. Am I going to keep this shoe? Is it going to go in my rotation? I'm definitely going to keep it. I don't think I'm going to do too much, and I've got so many shoes to test, but I've really enjoyed running in it. It has really brought a smile to my face. I probably enjoyed the Rebel just a little bit more, but I had some bad heel issues with that shoe with some blisters. Nothing with that in this shoe, so I definitely recommend checking it out. I've really enjoyed running in it. I have no problem in recommending it to friends, family, and most importantly, all of you, the amazing running community out there. Next up, we've got the Hoka massive comparison video. You can watch that over here, or just below that, you can check out the review of this, the New Balance Rebel version 4. Keep on working hard, keep on getting it done, guys, and we'll see you very soon in the next one.